Uh, Hello and welcome to Hang On here in a sail regatta. I just created this regatta and it's from Italia. I created for the first time, I think, in Italia a track. So, and I want to test how it was to sail in simulation mode. So all now when I sail this is manual. So I have no automatic and no wind arrows and no pointers on the markings where I should turn to left or right. So I sail as I sail in a real sailboat. And all things I'm doing, I'm sailing from the skipper position at the steering wheel. So all sails and I have to trim them manual. So like we are doing when we are sailing a real sailboat. And then I have to take a look at the radar and even to at the sea card, so I know where I shall turn and have a good look in good time before I shall turn, so I know exactly how to sail to that point. So let's then start the race. So I want to view this as I edited. And here you see the game has been starting. We are now here in front of the start line, and we have 3 minutes to test the wind and find what angle and what position I want to have over the start line. So I tested this and it's very, very difficult to sail in simulation. So I didn't know how to come up to the start line and which point I should cross the start line, and I didn't know how to hold up to the wind to the first markings where I should turn around. So I had to restart, and that was terrible. That was very, very difficult because I have forgot it. Because it was a very long time ago. I sailed like that in the most difficulty. You can sail here in Water Skipper 5 when it's simulation. But there's a boat, as I have designed it, a red boat, but there is not red sails. But I tested some boats to create. I like it very much to design and also create new tracks. So I have set up this track here in Italia, and it's out there in the beach outside the town here. I don't really remember the name of the town, but it's on the west coast of Italy. Now we have 3 minutes, and I think I'm sailing up here to the start line, and I didn't check up how they was coming. I looked at the time, and I found I was too quick over So I got the penalty there over the start line because that was the quick. So then I had to turn around and go back and sail round the marking there, you see. So I had to cross the start line again, and of course I lose very, very much because of this. But I thought I should test the wind, the direction, so I just let it go on. And I looked at the thing, I thought it would be good to practice. So I set the Genoa, I looked at the speed and found that I could find the speed over 12 knots, or 11.5 or close to 12. So I thought, okay, I will let it go. I will test the wind and the safe. So you see, I'm not so slow, and I found that after some minutes I found that I was closing in, and I was not on the most last position. And I know this. If I'm too close to the boats, like they are now, I maybe will get penalty because I will touch some other boat as come too close to me. So I used to hold out more. And you see here is close sailing. And we will take another look here from another camera, and you will see from a higher position how they touch each other, and then they get penalty. So here you see they are turning, but that was the first boat. There was I5 has got penalty and have to turn around 360 degrees. Okay, and we are looking now at next boat here. They're coming up there, and there is one boat that's closing in, and there is very tight, you see. And then one next I2 touch, so there is two boats as has got penalty. And then I took my decision to hold on the right, because here is two markings as is we will come to. So we have two possible, and there was one more. I5 has got penalty again. And you see some boats there are going for the left side. But I am up here now, and I think I was up here in the fifth position or something. Six or six there's nothing here. And now they turn out there to come to that marking. But I didn't do it too quick, because I wanted to come more to the right. So I hold up here, and there you see, I follow. Is that the Italian flag? I think so. There's the boat, the German boat, and I think there's the Japanese boat. There is two of my designated boat as he's coming here into the marking. So who will be the quickest? If I seriously, all boats with the Swedish flag is my boats. I even so designed clothes on the crowd. They do the thing. There was AIA. It's got penalty. And you see now I'm coming here on the last boat in that group. But I know this, that they have got penalty, and I know that I can go on inside line here. I used to do that. I used to try to do that when I have space enough. When I know that many boats are fighting like that, I even so used to go out on outside. But now I took that decision because I quick found that it was possible to go on inside. And now I had to trim this again. I had forgot everything about this, how to trim it. But I tested there where I could find the speed. And I found it. I found it, and closing in to the boat in front, on my left side there, you see. So I was happy because I found that speed, and I could see that I am not. But I always tested all the time if I could find more speed, but then I lost speed. So it's a little bit tricky to. But it's better to test and learn, not only sit and be afraid to check up. And you see, they are coming more on the another angle, and they got very high speed on that side. So they maybe have 2 knots or something higher speed. They were coming more to the left there, the blue side there. That was my boat, as I've designed with the blue spinnaker. And I called my team Sweden Wave Racing Elite. I gave them the name from many years ago when I started to design own boats. And here you see we are turning to the left. And now I was thinking about the same. Maybe I can come on inside. And, you know, if I do that, I will take the wind for him, because the wind is coming from the left side. And if I can be able to come up just side by side with him, then I will steer the wind for him, and he will come in like a wind shadow. And here you see it's a penalty crushed to the marking there. So but you see here, I'm up now. So now I'm coming up in higher speed than that boat. Is that Italian boat. So I'm passing him in. I had maybe 2 knots more speed there, around. More than 1 knot all the time there. So I could pass in, and I'm closing in to the German boat there on first place. And you see I've set up boats around there and ships, and they are moving, some of them, and some of them is on the same position. There you see the marking. It's a long leg, a very long leg here, this. So there, if you will not can trim the sails perfect, so you lose some, maybe in a half knot. It will be catastrophe in such long leg. So it's very necessary to check up and try to find. But because it's maybe some minutes, I find, it's over 12 knots now. And then it go down to 10 knots. It depends on that the wind is shifting all the time. But I didn't want to turn out to left or right to find the wind again, because here was to count on the closest way to the point to come to the marking there with the best speed. So when I counted on this, I found that there's no idea to try to change direction or something like I used to do in the beginning of the race. Here was a straight line for me as I wanted to hold, and especially when I was behind this boat, I could see that I closed into that boat more and more and more, and now in this turn I'm up to him, and if I can do a very good turn on the inside, but he did a very tight turn, so I could not go in there on the inside directly. It was impossible because then I had crash train. So I tried to go here now and hold up here on the inside. But there you see, he's now on my outside, and the wind is coming from that direction. So it's very easy to come in the wind shadow. So I hold out more to the left here, but that was not so very good, because I found that I could see the marking in front of me, and I tried to hold on the right side, but not too much. So I hold a little bit to the left of it. I should not do that. I should go closer to the boat on my right, the German boat there, because I got higher speed and I passed them. So I was up here in the leading, but when I come closer and closer here, I found that I must turn a little bit more to the right. And I could, if I had done more, you see here, I'm up on the right now, I must do, and he is closing in on me. I'm up here now, but he came up and could pass me here, just some meter in front of the start finish line. He passed me, so I had no possible to come up with higher speed there. So I was in the leading half of this leg, but it was too late. And from this point, I will say bye-bye, and I wish you good winds, all of you. Bye-bye.